Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Corinne Weaver, and today I'm going to be discussing some very important topics, mostly about your immune system, but how it can be affected by different things that we eat. And so we're going to be talking about the gut. Different barriers within our system, within our human body, and the big barriers that we've noticed is the skin. Some patients will come to me and they'll say and I used to have this too. I used to have all these bumps on my skin, never knew really what it was until I found out I was allergic to gluten, which we're going to go over in a few minutes. But you can have barriers in your skin that can show up as rashes, eczema, psoriasis, different things that can happen in your skin that can let you know globally something's happening within our body. Another barrier that's really big that we're going to actually touch on today, we might touch about the brain later, but today we're going to talk about the gut and the barrier in the gut. So we have these villi, you like my drawings here? A good villi. And we have these very tight junctions in between the villi. And our gut is very protected. It's that barrier between the body and the immune system. And then down here we have the immune system that constantly is in check to see if there's bad bugs, bad critters that come in. And those critters can do a lot of destruction and damage to our gut. So there is these tight junctions right in here, and those junctions can basically be destroyed. And they can be destroyed by these things: metals, chemicals, bacteria, viruses. And once those things get destroyed and those junctions get, basically the lining of the stomach just starts, or the lining of the gut just starts messing up, we get food particles that start to float down. And the immune system decides, hey, is this a safe thing or is this not a safe thing? And then it goes into, hey, it's not safe. It starts reacting, gets back to the brain, and then antibodies and all of those things start forming. So it was neat for me, being a college student, to share my Christian faith with VeggieTales. So today I'm going to share how Bob here, and it's July, it's coming on July, and July is when people start bringing me tomatoes. And tomatoes are in season right now, and people love, we're in the South here in North Carolina, and people love this right here. What is this? It's tomato sandwich. And what kind of bread do we normally use for a tomato sandwich? I grew up on these things, put mayonnaise on it, put a little fresh tomato from the garden. How can this do you wrong? Smelling it right now, my sister's in the room filming, and we were just like, this just smells nasty. She's over there starting to sneeze, and just having it out is affecting our immune system. But we're not eating it, it's just smelling this gluten. But, so I told her to run to Walmart today to buy bread, and here we are, has the bread. And I'm just reading the ingredients. And Rachel, if you can just zoom in on this. Take a look there what our ingredients are. Pretty yummy stuff. Unbleached, unenriched flour, wheat, half of the stuff you can't name. And I remember my uncle, and I loved Uncle John, he would come to visit us, and he said, if you can do this to your bread and squish it into a ball, which you could totally do with this stuff. But by the way, obviously we're going to throw this away. This is all junk. Please, if you're watching this video, never eat any kind of wheat products or even touch bread again. I'm going to have to really wash my hands after this. So he would say, what is that? What is that processed food? And what is it doing to our bodies? He knew back then, 20 years ago, what it was doing to our bodies. I didn't know what it was doing to my body, but now learning, and the more research we find, that the chemicals and the wheat and everything that's in that bread that's processed, that's not healthy for us, destroys these tight junctions. And then allows, somebody healthy like Bob. And I love Son and Larry, who they were good, these are good guys. They were not bad guys. Why are people now allergic to tomatoes? So the little Bob tomato now You eat him and he comes down, and now the immune system is like, Bob's bad. And now peanuts are bad. And I'm allergic to cucumbers. I'm allergic to this, I'm allergic to that, I'm allergic to all these things. But how did it originally start? Again, it goes from those metals, chemicals, bacteria, and viruses that messes up those junctions. Not only can the junctions be messed up, but the whole cell itself can be broken down and destroyed and allow big gaps. And this is where that leaky gut syndrome comes about. So we have these little junctions that happen, and then we have big junctions that allows big food particles to come dumping into the immune system. And if you eat that on a regular basis, you're constantly activating your immune system in high dosage, which is causing inflammatory processes. But what we're finding, and what I found in myself, is with the immune system, my body became autoimmune. So then I started having autoimmune issues. Then my body started attacking my thyroid. For my mom, she had rheumatoid arthritis. But let me tell you, she started here. She started with that leaky gut that was constantly, anytime she would eat, she'd have to rush to the bathroom. Unfortunately, my mom was not able to get her gut repaired and cleared up. That led her to have rheumatoid arthritis, which was autoimmune, which then led her to have brain cancer. And we talk about those barriers. So there's a skin gut, but there's also a blood-brain barrier. And if that blood-brain barrier allows things that are not supposed to be in there and allows it to take over, how our immune system can just go all out of whack and our body start attacking itself. So what are some things that we can do? We're going to go over that on the next video, but I wanted you just to see the breakdown of what things and how food can destroy our gut. And we don't think that simple, oh, it's so cute, it's got a bunny. It's got a bunny, Rachel. How can this be bad for us? You know, I went to Food Line the other day. I was passing by to go to my son's camp, and he wanted to just some healthy snacks, and I didn't necessarily have some with me from the office, and I said, I'll just stop by at Food Line. You know that I went through the whole Food Line, and I was not able to find anything remotely healthy, which is very, very sad. I walked out of Food Line thinking, what are these people eating? I was looking at what these people were buying, and I know, Rachel, you just went to Walmart, and I bet you a couple people had this in their grocery cart, and they didn't know that this right here and foods that they're eating, all the chemicals that they're eating could be destroying their gut. So something to think about today. Thank you so much.